Hey guys, welcome to this very video. Today we are going to be looking at lazy loading in React. If you are new to programming in general, this channel is going to help you. So I implore you, please like and subscribe to our video to keep us going. So back to the concept of lazy loading in React. What does it mean? By lazy loading, we are looking at the concept of deferring the loading of your pages in your website until when they are needed. It may be blurred, but let me break it down so that you understand it. What I'm talking about in essence is that, take for instance, you are a student and you own tons of books, and those books you loaded them in a very big bag, very big and hefty bag, and each time you want to go to read those books in the library, you lift up that big bag on your shoulder and take it to the library. Meanwhile, when you get there, you only need 2 notes to read. So it's going to be hectic, it's going to be drudgery, it's going to be a waste of your effort, it's going to be a waste of your time carrying that bag every time you need to go to study. How about when you want to go and study, you just take the very notes you need to study at that point in time to where you want to read. More efficient, saving your time, saving your energy, and saving your resources. So in the same way, lazy loading in React is the concept of you load what you need at every point in time. So what are the advantages of this? Load faster, right? Because you have a tons of other stuff which you may not need your site, your application to display every point in time. So because you are loading that thing you need, is going to display that very part you need. And again, use less memory, right? Every point that need to be loaded is moved to memory where it need to be displayed. So what is needed is displayed at every point in time, and it becomes more efficient. You are using the available resources to load the needed materials, which is more efficient. So how does lazy loading works? It works by code splitting. It's going to split your code to the path which you need, which is more relevant. And again, dynamic import. It's going to import your images, whatever is going to slow down your application or your website down, is going to import those ones you need first at that point in time. There are functions you need like the react.lazy, react.suspense. These are significant or important functions which goes with lazy loading. And what do? They create a lazy loaded component, and again they create the react.suspense, which handle loading state and provide a feedback for the UI. What are some of the benefits for lazy loading which you may want to ask? 1, improve initial load time. Secondly, we want to enhance our user experience because the user is going to have a good experience, because if they click on that point, it's going to reduce the time it takes for them to get the information which they are looking for. And again, optimize resource utilization. It is what is needed at that point that is loaded. So efficiency is going to be 100% or close to 100%. Better search optimization. Your SEO is going to be sharp. It's going to be more focused on what is needed at every point. Let's look at real world examples of lazy loading. Take for instance, you are building an e-commerce website. You have product listing for your website. Then you have the product details page. You have the product listing page. So what happens at that point in time is that the details, when a user is scrolling, take for instance, the homepage of that your e-commerce website, it doesn't need the product detail at every point, right? For them to get the product detail, they have to click on that particular item in the e-commerce website. You may take Temu as example, you may take Jumia as example, and other e-commerce website. What they need at that point will come out rather than loading every tons of it at every point in time. So now, away from the talks, let's now look at some documentation so that you understand this concept of lazy loading in React. Okay, you hit here react.dev, and this is going to show how lazy loading in React works. So the first thing I want you to take note of is that when we talk about just the description, the earlier introduction, we said lazy load help you define the loading component code or thing it is required at that point. Okay, so here is going to give us a reference of the functions you use while you use lazy loading in your application. Okay, so here we have lazy load. Okay, is used outside your component to declare a lazy loaded React component. As you can see here, the example given above here, we are importing lazy from React. Okay, and we are declaring a constant which is a markdown preview. So that is how you import the lazy component from React. All right, then we are going to have the parameters, which is load. So let's now a bit look at how this lazy loading component is used with suspense. As you can see here, usually we import components with the static import. As you know, we are going to import let's say this is what we are importing, and we are importing from markdown preview. Then the lazy load is going to defer the component code until it is needed, so this is just an example of how that works. So I believe this video really helped you. It gave you value. If it did, please give a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.